Then I it something in a bed. That's a lot of सैटरडे की है ना आप लोग की टिकट तो आप क्या सोचे इन्फॉर्मेशन ये आपकी पालक रख लो भाई पालक रखो अभी भेज दो पापा मेरे को दीदी हो गया दीदी भेज दे भेज दे बेसन देख के रखा। बाकी तो बेसन नहीं चाहिए।
Hello everyone, my voice is clear.
Yes, yes.
Okay, good afternoon all.
Good afternoon.
नॉइज आ रहा है, आपको सुनाई दे रहा है कुछ या क्लियर है आवाज?
Yes, it is clear.
Thank you, everyone. I am DS Rana. Now I will start with the lecture, the cyber crime investigation.
आप आराम से भी बोलिए ना तो जाएगा आवाज।
अच्छा, ओके। आवाज मेरी क्लियर आ रही है ना सभी को?
क्योंकि वो पूरा अच्छा जाएगा।
Yes.
अच्छा।
Yes, it's clear.
Methodology.
Now, I will start with the methodology of investigation, cyber crime investigation, जो कल हमने बताया था आपको कि हम करेंगे। और इसके लिए मैं आपको बता दूं कि फर्स्ट आवर में पहले 1 घंटा ले लूंगा मैं, उसके बाद में हाफ एन आवर का रेस्ट मारेंगे, क्योंकि मैं कंटिन्यूसली भाई 2 घंटे नहीं बोल सकता हूं। तो 1 घंटे का मैं अभी लेक्चर लेने के बाद में आधा घंटा आपको ब्रेक दूंगा। उसके बाद में फिर 1 घंटे का लेके हम करीब 3:30 या 4 बजे तक हम खत्म कर देंगे इसको, क्योंकि आज शाम को, टू बी वेरी फ्रैंक, आज मैच भी देखना जाकर। दैट्स व्हाई आई एम today now I will start with the cyber crime investigation methodology. So are you ready to listen to my lecture? So I will cover the following topic. That is introduction. Firstly, that will deal with the understanding cyber crime investigation fundamentals and the digital forensic process. Second, types and categories, which includes the major cyber crime categories and advanced threat vectors. Third point is financial and mental impact, the global cost and psychological effect on victims. Next point is the career opportunities. What are the way last that in fact it is a last point is there. Second point is the importance and uses. What are the critical? It is the critical role in modern society and practical applications across various industries. And next is the consequences, the personal and professional risks of ignoring the cyber security. Usually it is happening in most of the industries and in person also. And next is your investigation methodology, which is one of the important steps, the step-by-step investigation phases and techniques of cyber crimes. And last is the career opportunities in cyber security. So now the introduction is there. Here, understanding the fundamentals of cyber crime investigation. Firstly, we should know the what are the basic fundamentals of cyber crime investigation. Firstly, what is cyber crime investigation? You must know the definition of that. That is the definition and scope. Cyber crime investigation methodology is a systematic approach that combines digital forensics, cyber security principles, and the legal procedures to identify, preserve, analyze, and present the digital evidence in a court of law. Say one thing, whenever any case is registered, it is just like that only, but slightly different because it is the electronic crime is there involved in cyber crime. But it is almost similar to the general crimes. Whenever there is any crime, it is case is registered with the local police, and that is under the BNS, Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita, various sections of Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita or any other act, and then the case is investigated by the police officer, and ultimately, after collecting the various evidences, the case is sent to the after preparing the charge sheet, it is sent to the court, and further the court take the legal action against the persons. Now here it is the same procedure. It is the same the method. It is a systematic approach. It is a systematic approach that combines the digital.
एक दो चार लोग आ रहे हैं
अच्छा,
ज्वाइन कर रहे हैं
ओ-
थोड़ा सा please.
okay. Well, some people are still coming, so I will wait for them
5 minutes.
for 4 to 5 minutes only. पानी में लगा। बहुत पानी।
हाँ ठीक है फिर चालू कर दिया तो भी चलेगा चालू कर दो
Just about 20 students have come so far out of 25. So we were waiting for them, but now I will start because we are not going to waste the time. So the first step of the cybercrime investigation is the definition and scope. Likewise, the general crimes which are registered with the local police, and further after lodging the FIR, which is the first step of investigation of the case, the police collect the evidences and then finally prepare the charge sheet and submit to the court. And sometimes the accused is produced in the court, and then the case is investigated. The same procedure is adopted here. and the steps are the same. It is a systematic approach that combines the digital forensics, cyber security principles, and legal procedures to identify, preserve, analyze, and present digital evidences in a court of law, where the physical evidences are presented in general cases, but in case of the cyber crimes, the digital evidences are presented. So, unlike the traditional forensics, that is the investigations of cases that deals with the physical evidence, digital forensics operates in virtual environments because it is in the environment itself. Existing hard drives network logs mobile devices cloud platforms and IoTs devices you have which are used as a evidence in the court. Because now all these, according to the IT Act, all these evidences in the electronic form produced in the court are valid. So these are what are the core objectives? Firstly, the objective is to investigate cyber incidents and cyber breaches. Second, recover deleted or encrypted data. Third is to ensure evidence integrity for legal admissibility and uncover the attack methods and identify perpetrators. Now, the objectives of our crime investigation basically is to investigate the cyber incident, whether it is a fraud or it is a defamation or it is a data dwindling or data theft or identification theft, whatever the breaches is there. Especially yesterday I told you that 95% of the cyber crimes are related with the economics only. The financial implications are involved in that. And now, what people do, the cyber criminals, they try to destroy the data from their equipment. But they forget that your data, whatever the activities you are doing on your mobile or your laptop or any other electronic equipment is available with the service provider, because they keep track on all your activities and they are all recorded in their server. So whenever the police needs whatever the action you have taken or you have destroyed the evidences in your electronic equipment, that are recovered but from the service provider. Now during investigation we ensure that the evidences collected are absolutely correct and they are legally admissible in the court. Sometimes some evidences are verbal, but they are not accepted in the court. But all the physical and the electronic evidences are required. Verbal evidences are not accepted if the electronic evidences are available in case of cyber crimes.
We were waiting
Last
on
is
the Google Meet that was shared earlier.
who is there? Okay.
Crazy things.
Next is to uncover the attack methods. What kind of method of attack is used by the accused person or the fraudster or the cyber criminal, that is to be uncovered. Whether it is a cyber attack, which is either it is a fraud, or it is a hacking, or it is a Trojan horse, or entering or virus, or any other kind, or it is a cyber terrorism, or we have to discover the method used by the cyber criminal and to identify the persons, the perpetrators, where from the crime is originated, and the person who has committed the crime. These are the core objectives of investigation. Why it matters? With the cyber attacks accelerating in scale and sophistication, digital forensics provides the tools and methodologies to trace attacks, recover lost data, and ensure evidence integrity. It transforms how organizations respond to incidents, shifting from reactive to proactive defenses. Here, now you see investigation. I have already explained you about the various objectives that are included in this chapter. That the tools and methodologies, because the tools are not available with the private investigating agencies. These such tools are with the police itself or army or the secret organizations. Because they are very sensitive tools, and moreover they are very expensive also. So they are used for the investigation of the cyber crimes. So it is easy to find out the origin and the perpetrator of the cyber crime. Yeah. Now, what is the process of digital investigation? The first step is identification. Like research work, where we identify the problem on which we have to carry on the research. Here, we determine which device, system, or data source contain the relevant evidence. This includes the computer, smartphones, servers, cloud accounts, and network logs. So firstly, we have to identify where from this problem has originated or where from this crime has originated. So it may be your computer, ये desktop हो सकता है, कुछ भी हो सकता है, smartphone, servers, cloud accounts, and network logs, they may be there. Now the second step is preservation. As soon as we identify the equipment, the origin, the source of origin, now it is to be preserved. Protect. Here we have to protect the digital evidence from alteration, कि ताकि उसको कोई change ना करे, so that the evidence is not changed or it is not altered or destruct नहीं किया जाता, उसको destroy नहीं कोई कर दे, and use right blockers, create forensic images, and maintain chain of custody to ensure the integrity. Now here we have to maintain a chain of the custody so that we can secure the evidence in a pure form and the integrity of the evidence is maintained. Means nobody is going to change the evidence or there is no alteration in the evidence, because it will hamper the judiciary and the justice. So next step now comes the collection. Now, when we have retrieved the electronically stored information, which is known as ESI, the electronically stored information from suspected assets using forensically sound methods, create a bit stream copies or preserve the original evidence. Now, when the evidence is collected, so we have to make the copies also, because it is possible that sometimes the digital evidence which we have collected, which may be destroyed due to any reason, because when it becomes open, so there are chances that it may change. So we should immediately make the copies of the evidences which we have collected. So it is the collection of the evidences. Now comes the next step, that is the examination. Scan acquired data to identify the evidential information. Scan. Now, whatever the data we have acquired, it should be scanned and identify the evidential information. Use specialized tool to examine file system. Such tools are available with the police as well as some investigating agencies also, central intelligence agencies also. So they have got the specialized tool to examine the file systems. Sometimes it is also available with the private investigators also, and recover the deleted data and analyze the metadata. So suppose, for example, if data is removed by the accused person from their electronic equipment, then there is a specialized method to retrieve the data from the destroyed deleted data. So that there are various methods by which the experts can retrieve the data from the destroyed equipment. Now this data, when data is recovered and it is available with you, then it is analyzed. The analysis take place. This analysis includes it correlates the evidence with the security incident. This is the first step of analysis, that we have to correlate the evidence with the security incident. Whatever in the cyber incident, cyber crime has happened, we have to correlate the evidence. If it is not relevant, then it is to be omitted. But if it is of importance, then it is collected and it is preserved. Reconstruct the timelines, identify attack paths. Again, we have to reconstruct the procedure of their attack, how they have done it, what kind of path they have taken, what kind of languages they have used, what kind of equipment they have used. All these things are to be kept in mind while analyzing the complete evidences which we have collected. Now, we have to determine the scope of compromise through deep analysis. The analysis must be thorough and deep, because sometimes there are modifications. Sometimes the accused person, they modify the evidences so that the police personnel or investigating authorities are misled. But if they are studied in depth, then it is very difficult for them to escape. Then next point is the presentation. The documents finding in comprehensive reports suitable for legal proceedings. Documents means whatever we have collected electronic evidences in comprehensive reports suitable for the legal proceedings. This whatever the evidences we have collected, they must be legally applicable, and we must prepare the expert testimony and ensure evidence is admissible in the court. And we should ensure that only such evidences should be produced in the court which are admissible and which are legally admissible in the court. फालतू की इधर उधर की कोई evidences देना, they are not accepted by the court, and they are sometimes court take the serious views if the evidences are not legally presented in the court. The critical principle of evidence integrity is every phase must maintain the chain of custody and evidence integrity. Any alteration, no matter how small it is, can render digital evidence inadmissible in court and compromise the entire investigation. This is a very important thing, that whenever you are producing the electronic evidence in the court, there should not be any alteration. You should not add anything at your own, and whatever the evidence you have collected, it must be the same whatever you have collected from the ground itself, and it should be legally admissible in the court. And if the evidence is anyhow manipulated or changed, even at the very small segment of the evidence, it may change or it may compromise the entire investigation of the cyber crime, as well as it will hamper the judicial process. Now, the importance and practical uses. Now, why cybercrime investigation matters in today's digital world? Now, the critical importance in modern society. Firstly, ensuring justice. Now, you see the number of cybercrime is increasing day by day in throughout the world, not only in India. In India, I have already discussed that when we came into knowledge of cyber crimes in 2004, so there were only a few kinds of 5 or 6 kinds of cyber crimes were there. But as on date today, I have already told that there are 2,128 kinds of cyber crimes committed throughout the country, as per the records of Bureau of Police Research and Training. So and NCRB, National Crime Record Bureau, जो Delhi में है, both the agencies are in Delhi. So we remain in touch with those. So they tell us the latest developments about the cyber crimes in the country, and not only in the country but throughout the world. The cyber crimes and methodology, they are changing from one crime to the another crime. So it is very necessary that we should update according to the latest technology and know about the latest cyber crimes. So digital forensics, that is digital this electronic investigation, provides the evidence needed to prosecute cyber criminals. देखिए साइबर की जो एविडेंस होती है, that is what I personally know, it is very difficult to change it. Otherwise, the investigating authorities come to know that there are the accused person has made some changes in the evidence. Easily you can find out the changes or any manipulations in the evidence. So to prosecute the cyber criminal, it is very necessary that we should provide the electronic evidence is absolutely correct and absolutely right without any manipulation or changes. And bringing the accused person to justice and deterring future attacks, to make the accused person that they should not involve in the cyber crimes. Although the IT Act 2000 provides the stringent punishment for the cyber crimes, that is the minimum 3 years of service for any cyber crime, which is a minimum 3 years of service, and minimum is a 1 lakh of fine, 1 lakh rupees of fine, and it may range from 3 years to life imprisonment. And when the cyber criminal repeats the cyber crime again and again, then the death sentence is also there with 50 lakhs fine. Means the punishment is very stringent, so that to deter the cyber criminals from committing the cyber crimes. So it is the main objective of the IT Act. Without a proper investigation, cyber crimes would go unpunished. I have seen in the court that many cyber criminals go scot-free. The reason being that the advocates, police personnel, and judges also, they are not well trained in investigation as well as knowledge of the working of computers and working of the use of various methods in committing the cyber crimes. Now, although the police has got the very sophisticated equipment, judges and advocates are also undergoing the refresher courses about the cyber crimes and their modus operandi and the investigating procedures. So now it is improving a lot. Improvement is there, but it is not up to the mark. Still, more than 16 lakh cases related to the cyber crimes are pending in various courts. Due to the lack of knowledge to the judiciary as well as to the advocates as well as to the police personnel. Now, the main aim of the court and police is that the accused person of who has committed the cyber crime should not go unpunished, so that he do not commit this cyber crime again and again. Next point is national security. Cybercrime investigation is essential for protecting the critical infrastructure, government systems, and defense networks from state-sponsored attack, cyber terrorism, and espionage. Now, I tell you, the traditional war system is now being taken over by the cyber crimes. The cyber attacks are now the main. Now you see the latest example I can suggest you of Venezuela, where all the networks were jammed by the US, and the president of Venezuela was arrested from his mahal or his residence itself while sleeping. So similarly, many places are jammed wherever the VIPs goes, and in India also, wherever the VVIP go, their nearby total environment is jammed by the jammers, so-called the jammers. So that the VVIPs or the important things are protected. Similarly, our very important organizations like DRDO, Ministry of Defense, Ministry of Finance, Ministry of Railway, Ministry of Aviation, Ministry of Communication, they are very, very, very important organizations. And for them, it is very necessary that their electronic system is totally protected. And for that purpose, highly qualified people are employed over there. So they are known as ethical hackers. So they protect the system from being hacked or being harmed by the enemy countries. Mostly in India, the electronic systems have been attacked by.
ओके डिस्कनेक्ट झाले हॅलो चालेल चालेल
Okay, now.
If you're speaking, we are unable to hear you.
they made all the best efforts but would not act.
No, we are badly losing your audio. Is that the case only with me or everyone?
हाँ,
Can't hear anything.
हेलो
The host may want to rejoin.
आप बात करो सर
Okay. Business protection is now there.
Yes. No, you're badly cracking. Appreciate if you can just rejoin.
मुझे तो ना आवाज बंद है।
वॉइस कट रही है सर।
हाँ,
आप प्लीज
Now next point is
डिस्कनेक्ट
related
करके
to the
वापस से
business
ज्वाइन करें
protection.
सर.
Firstly, we have ensured the justice. Second point is the national security. Third point is your business protection. Now, you see that the most of the business is nowadays carried out by the electronic methods. The especially our contracts with the various countries is based on your direct electronic systems. All contracts, all your agreements are made through the electronic system. And the law has recognized all the digital signatures as well as the electronic signatures. And whatever the communication is made through the electronic system is legally authorized by the courts itself, and it is applicable in the court also. You might have seen that maximum your letters are coming computer oriented. So the organizations who totally now rely on the digital forensics to understand breaches, recover compromised data, and strengthen security postures, minimizing financial losses and reputational damages. Now you see, previously when there were manual systems and too much of expensive, it was too much of expensive, and people were spending a lot on that, going and coming and making the legal aspects through using the advocates and going to court. Now it is directly because the court has recognized the legal documents, so they make the electronic signature which are authorized by the court while sitting in the other country and sitting in the city itself. Even now, whatever the communication we have to make related to the business with the follow example, I have to send the grapes from Nasik to Delhi or any other part of the country. So I will make the contract through electronic system and will get the digital payments also.
हेलो
And
हेलो
we rely on that,
हेलो
and which is
Hello.
totally reliable also.
हेलो सर बैकग्राउंड में वॉइस आ रही है.
Hello. That they
Hello.
cannot escape from
Hello.
their responsibility
Hello.
whenever they sign the electronic
Hello.
document.
सर जी
हेलो बैकग्राउंड में वॉइस आ रही है सर. क्लियर नहीं आ रही आवाज.
बैकग्राउंड में वॉइस ऑफ
Individual identify
Hello.
theft victim and
अरे the host please rejoin.
such cases, we suggested them how you must protect yourself, what action you must take when such kind of action, cybercrime is taking place against you. So we have explained each and everything. And now we find that most of these 90% of the total crimes are against the individual, whether it is related with the bank or it is related with the personal life of the individual. Now comes the business, corporate data, intellectual property. Corporate data is mostly there are black sheeps in the various organizations or some people who have grudge with the bosses, or they have jealous with some of their higher ups. So what they do, so that the nobody can touch the data available in your computer, as well as the bosses and the senior officials of the organization or your department. They are also suggested that they should, even when they are leaving the computer unattended and open, that can be a dangerous one. So it is better to close your data or lock your data and then leave the seat. And now the most of the crimes are happening with the intellectual property rights. Intellectual property rights are like this. For example, now you have a book prescribed by the NCERT. For example, it is a 10th standard book is there, and it is written by the some author by the or any book written by any person, and it is sold in the market for 250 rupees or 300 or 400 rupees. And it happened with me also, that we had written some books for LLM. So what the student did, because the cost of the book was about 250 rupees per but the students did, okay, instead of paying 250, they just got the photocopy done, and for 100 rupees. So so default speaker is changed. Speaker is changed.
The wireless device has connected successfully.
हेलो
आवाज
सर आप बात करो
no, I'm clear.
यस तुझा बंद करो
There's something problem is there.
No.
So no, it's okay. No, it's okay. Yeah, abhi theek hai. So yeah, in intellectual property rights. So what happens? For example, I have produced some new things. For example, I have in copyright, I have a copyright of a book, but what people will do, because the book is expensive, that will cost around 300 to 400 rupees. That is, I'm giving you the one example. But if you get it photocopy, then it will cost you about 100 and 150 rupees. So the people, instead of buying the books, they will just purchase they will make the photocopy of that. Now, the Copyright Act 1957 has clearly stated that if more than 3 photocopies are made by any individual, then it is be considered as a commercial for use, and the individual can be punished if he is caught one, or it is reported by someone, the author of the original book. If he reports the matter, then a case will be registered against the individual. Similarly, the patent law is there, semiconductors are there, trademark is there, and so many things, because you will find in the market also. So many they are printing the cover, the original cover, but they are supplying the duplicate things. This is happening, and especially on the social media, most of the frauds are taking place. Even the use of AI, artificial intelligence, they are doing the IPR thefts. So which has become a very common nowadays, and now many people have stopped writing books, because they say, whenever we even I have given you my example, that we have written a books for LLM. 10 books were written, and we could sell only about 600 copies in the market, and from next year, from last year, we are not getting a new books printed, because everyone is having the photocopy of that. It means whatever we have done the labor for it, whatever the labor we have done for it, so it is in vain. People have got the photocopies. They have pirated the things. Even all of you have the Microsoft this Windows 10 or 11 duplicate fed in your computers, in your laptop, or and while the original Windows 10 or 11 will cost you around 5,000 rupees. So nobody is using that, and they are just copying it from one person to another, and they are using it, which is a crime, and it is a copyright violation. And there's now see how much loss the Windows is facing now. So this is one of the things. Next is your government's the critical infrastructure and citizens' data. Now you see what is happening whenever you go to any organization, or you go to attend any function, or going to attend any conference. They will say, give us your mobile number and your telephone number, this address and all other things. Many people are selling it for 10 paisa each. Your mobile number is sold for 10 paisa each by the people. Even if you are entering in the society, your mobile number is noted, and that is sold to other. And many bank employees, not all, but some bank employees are selling the data of individuals whose bank accounts are not in operations. And the cyber criminals, they are taking advantage of that and calling for the money from other people on that account. And immediately when they get the money, they block that account and run away. So this is one of the methods, and where the government is facing too much of problem. Your citizens' data, like Aadhaar card, many you will find when you buy, how your data is exposed to the public. This various advertising authorities, they are getting this from the Aadhaar card servers. So there are certain black sheeps who are providing this data at the cost of 50 paisa per head of this your Aadhaar card and PAN card. Sometimes all these informations are passed by the people, and sometimes the organizations, the people have intruded their persons. They supply the data from that organizations to their other organizations. खाते किसका है, supply किसको करते हैं, that is there. So black sheeps are everywhere. So the bosses are to be very clever, and they should keep a discreet watch over the activities of the all individuals who are especially dealing with the software equipments. Next is society. Trust in digital systems, economic stability. Now you see GPay is there, phone is there, Google Pay is there. Now the people are paying the money through all these, or transferring the money through UPI to other persons. It means they have the full trust in that. If there is a cheating or there is something wrong, nobody will trust it. And the economic stability is there, and the transparency of data is there. So people trust them. So if there is anything wrong, or there is a cyber crime in that, then that will lead to the untrust. People उस पे विश्वास नहीं करेंगे. Next is the real world applications. Now, what are these are the practical uses, in fact. Real world applications. First is the criminal prosecution. Digital evidence is used to build cases against the cyber criminals. From hackers to fraudsters, forensics reports and expert testimony help secure conviction in court. See, many cases are coming to the court nowadays, and still the conviction rate is not very high, especially in cyber cases. So it is one of the drawbacks that the experts are not there, and the experts are expensive, and court fees is very less, which is given to the cyber experts. So cyber experts do not come to the court, because when they will say, okay, we will pay you only 100 rupees per evidence. So why a cyber expert will go to the court and waste his time and wait over there and give answer to the judge's queries? So they do not go for that. because this much इतना तो पेट्रोल में ही खर्चा हो जाएगा उसका एक तरफ का आने जाने का. So why they will go to the court? So that is one of the problems. Even the judges as well as the advocates are not well trained in dealing with the cyber cases, and the police personnel are not able to produce the correct charge sheet in the court because they do not have the technical knowledge and what is to be written and how it is to be expressed. So that advantage is taken by the advocates who know something about the cyber crimes. So that is there, but that leads to the acquisition, this accused person released from the court. So it is very difficult to in helping the conviction of the accused person. So incident response. Next is the incident response. When breaches occur, the forensic team works alongside incident responders to contain threats, eradicate malware, and restore system while preserving evidences. Now, what happens if there is a cyber attack on any organization? So firstly, the ethical hackers which have been employed by the organization or the department, firstly, they will do that how that malware is removed from the system. So firstly, they will, because they want that their organization should continue to work properly, so that they firstly they will try to remove all those malwares and correct the systems, while simultaneously they will preserve the evidence and they will make the evidence separately so that that persons, if caught, then can be produced in the court also. So incident response is very important and it should be immediate. Otherwise, a great damage can be done to the industry or to the organization or to the department. So it is very difficult. The incident response must be immediate in case of cyber crimes. And IP protection. The intellectual property or the property information जो companies की हैं, to protect the trade secrets. Now the trade secrets, every organizations or every factory or every industry has got their trade secrets. So they are to be protected, and they are kept by the head of the organizations, whether it is any industry or department, or and they are supposed to pass on to the limited persons. Not all the persons should know. Your internet connection खराब हो गया सबसे.
नहीं, आपका सेशन चालू रहेगा.
Okay.
क्योंकि मेरे कुछ यहाँ से भी ऑन.
Okay. Then fine. So the intellectual property जो है that must remain intact in the department itself, and nobody should misuse it. Okay? So that is one of the reasons that the big organizations and big industries, factories, they keep the top secret things and the trade secrets with them only, and they ensure that their data is not filtered to other departments, or the other corporate is not using the malified activities like espionages, spying through your internet, or spying through your manpower, or purchasing the departmental persons. That it is happening because it is a competitive market now in the world, and competition is among the top leaders, and just to keep them dominating, for that purpose they need such activities like espionage and filtering their spies in other departments and getting the information about their trade secrets and other things also. Now the corporate investigations. The organizations conduct internal investigations for data breaches, insider threats, employees misconduct, and IP thefts, protecting assets and ensuring the compliance. I have already explained you that all the organizations, they also conduct the internal audit, and they have the counterintelligence cells in some departments. They keep watch over the activities of the employees who they feel that they can leak out the data, or they are holding some secrets of the department, and they can be purchased by the other departments. So such persons are kept under direct surveillance by the departments itself. So that should be done. So because the data is not breached or by and insiders who don't have the good relations with the bosses, or who are of bickering nature, or having some jealous to the seniors. So the watch is kept over such people, so that they cannot, and they are not given with the sensitive information, because it is possible that they may leak out this information about the departments, their trade secrets and other secrets they may leak out. Next is the fraud detection. The financial institutions, especially fraud detection, is in the financial institutions. They use the digital forensics to investigate frauds, money laundering, and unauthorized transactions, tracing digital trails to identify the perpetrators. So I tell you, there are certain departments, I know them personally, who have employed at our advice, they have employed some counter intelligence people in that their department, just to keep a watch over the suspicious activities of some of the employees who have the tendency of leaking out the information or lose talk with the other people. Sometimes unintentionally certain information is leaked out. So that is also to be kept in mind. And the staff of such organizations should be provided with the in-service programs and refresher courses from time to time. And they are made acquainted with the latest developments of the cyber crimes, and how to protect their department from the various cyber attacks from the other organizations. Because mostly now the organizations, they are not only employing the ethical hackers, but they are also employing the hackers. Even I tell you, the government is also employing the hackers who can hack the information for our country from the enemy countries. So because it is to be done, otherwise the security of the country can be compromised. So fraud detection should be there, and because it will protect your organizations from the money laundering and many other things. Next is regulatory compliance. The organizations must comply with the whatever the various, there are various organizations हैं, उन्होंने बहुत सारी instructions दी हैं सभी departments को कि they should keep their data ready. Whatever the organization, they have their own servers, and whatever the servers and how many computers are connected to that, their all activities are audited, and they submit the report. And because the computer जो है वो कभी झूठ नहीं बोलेगा, whatever the data is fed to it, so it will come out. It is possible that they may try to hide the data, or they may delete the data, but ultimately the data will remain with the service providers. So they match the data with their server with the service provider, and if there are any discrepancies are noted, then the action is taken accordingly. What are the types and categories of cyber crimes? First, even although there are, I have already explained you, there are about 2,128 kinds of cyber crimes reported so far till 6th of uh, uh, March. So 7th का मुझे अभी तक नहीं मिला कुछ भी, कल मेरे को कोई फोन नहीं आया. So I cannot say about the 7th, but till 6th of March, this 2,128 kinds of cyber crimes were reported in the country so far. So these we will discuss some important. Although you know all the most of the cyber crimes, you know about that, and we will just read out what are the various types of cyber crimes, because it is very difficult to explain about each and every cyber crimes. I will discuss about the important like cyber terrorism and cyber pornography and child pornography and certain hacking also. So phishing attacks are there, malware distribution is there, ransomware is there. Ransomware is where the ransom is asked for a hack. After your system is hacked, then the ransom is asked. So they will say, कि इतना पैसा दे दो, then we will release the code signs of your system. Otherwise, your system will remain dead. So ransom is asked. So that is ransomware. And identity theft is there. Do's and don'ts for the attacks. We have mentioned about that. And cyber espionage, that is usually done by the departmental persons itself. Sometimes whenever the data is transferred from one place to another place, so electronically it is intercepted in between in the air itself, and it is translated. Uh, because certain organizations which are secretive in nature by the government of India, they can intercept the communication system or electronic data from of any organization or any individual. Although it is a crime, but for keeping in view the national security and integrity, it is a must. Next is cyber stalking. And this is now advanced threats. What are the advanced threats? That is stealing continuously, continuous cyber attacks. Typically, the nations, states, or the organizations, crime groups. There are certain groups authorized by the enemy countries or even in some friendly countries which try to intercept or hack the information or whatever the activities of countries are going, especially related with the research and development, related with the defense materials, Ministry of Defense, Ministry of Finance, Ministry of Railway, Communication. So from there, they try to hack the data. But in case of India, many countries have made many attacks. But you know, Indian IT industry is on the top, and they have produced the best IT professionals and cyber experts. So nobody could harm our country like this. So still they are not able to break down our codes and hack any systems. So advanced जो persistent है, जो threats है, वो अभी हमारे एग्जिस्ट नहीं कर पा रहे हैं, अभी तक हमारे पे टारगेट नहीं कर पा रहे हैं. The characteristics है, long term presence है, sophisticated techniques है, specific targets हैं, data exfiltrations है. These are all kept in mind while you are working in the organization. Such things are kept in mind so that the organization is not weak. The fileless malware. Because in this no files are maintained and everything is kept in the memory of the computer, and computer that is locked, and it is very difficult to break the lock of the computers. And zero-day exploits, double extortion, where it is happening in some countries but not in India. Now the consequences of ignoring the cybersecurity. So now it is already 1:10, and at 1:15, I tell you, I will like to have a half an hour break. But before that, I will explain you about the consequences of ignoring cybersecurity. Personal consequences, that is your identity theft, your all details, the personal information which is open to the fraudulent accounts, make unauthorized purchases, file fake tax returns, and commit crimes in your name. That is there. I tell you, this is happening in maximum in India. So you must be very careful while submitting your income tax returns, keeping the full account of your money which is in the bank, and keep eye on various transactions. Financial frauds, direct monetary losses uh, uh, from stolen banking credentials, credit card frauds, unauthorized wire transactions, and investment scams. Many victims never recover their lost funds. I tell you, till today, according to the findings of the NCRB, only 10%, 8 to 10% of the money lost in financial frauds through cyber crimes is recovered. 90% is still not recovered, because most of the cyber crimes are done by the individual sitting abroad, where there is no memorandum of understanding of our country with that country to extradite the criminals from that country. So this is one of the hurdles. So be very careful in maintaining your records, financial records, and always you must remain in touch with the bank authorities, or update your passbooks and check your bank accounts. Privacy violations, personal photo, messages, and sensitive informations are exposed and sold on the dark web. Many of their photos, especially your private, sometimes edited photos, they are sold on the dark web, and they are sometimes blackmailing especially to the girls also.